else out there, though. Derrick Rose.
What a shot by Derrick Rose. He's been so good. I know it broke Portland's heart to have him leave there. He forced his way out. It's another guy that forced his way out of his...
Hard to believe this is year 4 already, though, for all of them. They opened their season Wednesday night in Toronto. Fell to Kawhi Leonard and the Raptors 116-104.
Some credit to Mark Cuban, who also lent his support his airplane to be able to, get supplies to Puerto Rico as Derrick Rose knocks down a 3 and a Karl Anthony Towns post up.
Huge. If I may be on pace guy, the Mavs are on pace to take 63s tonight. After they go 6 for 15 in the first quarter, what's the call going to be here? Strong and quick, physical, graceful. Here he is rising and hitting, and Minnesota has regained the lead.
Timberwolves a deficit of 9 on the glass tonight after that rebound by Gorgie Jang. Derrick Rose finally gets a bucket to go in the paint.
Rose taking it inside. Oh, what a finish by Derrick Rose. Wow.
Working on the rookie Brunson. Kicks it out. Rose an open look at a 3. Yes, sir! Derrick Rose. Kicks it out. Hits Derrick Rose in the back. Rose finally comes up with it. Coast to coast in the finish. And the Wolves back within 1.
And all of a sudden, this 4-point lead with momentum in the hands of Derrick Rose.
I mean, you can see he gets ahead of steam. He's hard to deal with.
It's been the story of the second half. And Rose gets it to rattle in.
Tap back into the hands of Rose. Rose attacks DeLon right, blows right by him.
When he's been in the Timberwolves uniform, he plays as hard as any player that's ever played for this team other than Kevin Garnett. There's
right on cue.
Scotiabank Arena is what it's called now. It doesn't roll off your tongue like Air Canada Center does.
Rose,
there you go, T.
3.
Rose.
Butler spinning, elbow deep. Here's Rose for 3. Back-to-back threes, Derrick Rose.
But got back just in time to avoid the violation.
Nice move by Derrick Rose. We got to have Jiggly Boy on there too.
Helped make the trade happen as Derrick Rose drives and finishes.
What a finish.
Got to slow down a bit on penetration. He's missing a lot of at the rim finishes that I think he's more than capable of knocking down. I think he's rushing just a bit. Criticized by color analyst Jim Peterson for that, but to his credit, Jim, he came back in that fourth quarter and made some really good plays to help this team.
And like he comes out here and knocks down a 3 to his credit, but he's out there trying to argue back with the coach. That's not a good idea.
Rose over Henson.
Got to slow down a bit on penetration. He's missing a lot of at the rim finishes that I think he's more than capable of knocking down. I think he's rushing just a bit.
Well played, but again, ball didn't go down. Rose, Williams' last line of defense came over, but the hang time of Derrick Rose resulted in a bucket. Rondo with 7 and 7. 7 points, 7 assists. Lakers up by 1. They regain the lead. Rose, whoa, up and over.
Shot clock already down to 5. Finally gives it up. Derrick Rose straight away looking at a triple, cans it.
Does that so well to T. He's a three-point shooter indeed, but has that ability to take it up to the rack. And that time, Rose attacks Gobert. Here comes Rose with the ball. Rose up and in. I'm not sure if it was Ricky.
Everybody can't shoot the 3, but a lot of guys can and want to.
Speaking of threes, Derrick Rose having a quick hot start.
Donovan Mitchell, and then Karl Anthony Towns comes over and helps alter the shot. Minnesota's shot blocking has gotten so much better.
Rose, tough shot,
but he makes the shot anyway.
3 of 14 from the floor.
Yeah, and they're good second half players, so let's see if they can bounce back.
Rose picks up where he left off.
Rose attacks, challenges Gobert, and Gobert couldn't get there in time.
We could have a whole highlight reel of Derrick Rose attacks to the rim on Rudy Gobert tonight.
Favors.
There's a double team.
Rubio comes over for help. Gibson, Rose, straight away three. He's on tonight. Just 1 of 5 tonight. But he's hit all 4 of his 2-point shots. Rose off balance. Can't miss, T.
He's hot.
25.
Used it, but I like it.
That's a new
Stop and go ability.
Stop and go ability.
I love it.
Rose stops and pops. Oh
Man,
my.
he's on fire.
27. It's on Dante. 6'6" against 6'3". Oh.
Tell you what.
29. Nunley checks in. Had a bucket in the first quarter. Rose going for over 30. And he's got
Feeling it.
31.
He's feeling it, Bowler.
Derrick Rose just keeps putting them in. Was 124 in that home loss to the Warriors. The way the Timberwolves offense is rolling, they've got a chance to threaten that here tonight.
This is a lot of wow moments here. Derrick Rose is really turning back the clock. He's
Nunley out front, 5 on the shot clock. Gives it up. Rose against Exum. High flyer off the glass. Tough shot. Rose has it. 10 on the shot clock. Corner 3. It's up. Good. Career high for Derrick Rose.
Rose gets inside, puts up a tough shot, and hits it anyway. 48.
Nearly lost it, but now holds on. Here is Rose. His first field goal attempt is good. Derrick Rose hits the 3.
Taj Gibson has to give them 15 to 17 points in this game, and the Clippers are just a really good defensive team too, Dave. They play together, and one of the things that you said, they like each other.
See the season numbers for Beverly, not really known for his scoring, but he is a bulldog defensively. Derrick Rose. Beverly no, Towns with a board. Rose hurries it up the floor, attacks Gallinari and finishes.
He missed Harris on a cut. And Rose on the fly. Well, it was looking an awful lot like Derrick Rose.
Harris has it poked away, and the Timberwolves will come up with it. Rose finds an extra gear to get to the rack.
I'm just a big fan of Tobias Harris and the way he's handling this whole situation. He is playing lights out. What a shot.
First of the game for Scott.
That just ripped the net, didn't it? The way he caught and shot that thing was a thing of beauty.
Rose the answer from mid-range. Andrew, though, comes up with the defensive play to squirt the basketball free. Rose attacking Gallinari, and Derrick Rose with the finish.
Compared to maybe last year, his best season overall, how has he looked this year as Derrick Rose hits a 3?
Well, to me, he can be better defensively.
All once again looking to push. McGee couldn't handle a pass. Derrick Rose all alone down the other end.
And that's what I'm talking about, Mike. That's not McGee's fault. That's a bad pass by Lonzo Ball. We played 30 games and did not speak. I threw lob passes, dimes down the lane. He won the Wooden Award. We didn't speak. It impacted us, no question about it.
All once again looking to push. McGee couldn't handle a pass. Derrick Rose all alone down the other end.
And that's what I'm talking about, Mike. That's not McGee's fault. That's a bad pass by Lonzo Ball.
A much better job this year, and it is a real focus for him to call more of the travels. As Derrick Rose contested shot is good. Anthony Towns is a really good three-point shooter for a big man, but he's also unstoppable down low. As Rose launches and hits Derrick Rose 4 for 5 from that distance. And he's loving it. Rose the drive underneath. Derrick Rose with 22.
Reach of Ingram.
Now this guy here, Wiggins, has been very quiet second half. What do you have in the first half, 17?
And Rose hits another 3.
Another 3 for Derrick Rose.
This is the largest lead of the game for the Lakers. James harassing Wiggins. Rose three-pointer. Got it! Derrick Rose! He's 6 of 7 from downtown, and it's back to 4.
It's quick on the clock, but that's your best shooter. You don't have any problem with that. Open 3 by Buddy Hield. Here's Rose. And how about a good start from Minnesota? They put the game's first 7 on the board. Boy, a bad play there. You got a couple of opportunities here to really widen this lead, and instead you give up a basket in transition. 73-67. Six-point game. And Rose getting his game going. 80-77. But he's got 5. Here's a 3 by Rose. And here come the Minnesota Timberwolves. Dave Yeager senses to change the momentum, and he takes a timeout.
Too strong. Timberwolves looking to run. Teague leaves it up for Derrick Rose. And Derrick Rose has been an absolute revelation from downtown. Okogie for Rose. The Wolves in transition.
High ball screen, roll to the rim, pocket pass. That was pretty easy right there.
Yes, it was. Major cramming.
Yes, we'll have to do some OJ's appreciation testing later on as Derrick Rose knocks that one down. Second 3 of the game for D. Rose.
Off the 15 Timberwolves turnovers. Rose out of the corner, gets 3 right back.
Carl had it, kicking himself for not shooting it.
Derrick Rose said, that's all right, I got the 2. And Derrick Rose pushes the Timberwolves lead in this one back up to 11.
They're very active, 7-5 here early in Minnesota. Derrick Rose to the end line, a reverse up and in. Nice rip by Towns to reset, diving as Rose got caught in the air, went into the air, but put the ball on the deck, picked it up and laid it in. 0 of 2 from 3. Again, the Blazers 21% from 3. Derrick Rose has been able to get into the paint and make stuff happen tonight.
It shows you the elevation.
Rose gets to the mid-range, count the bucket, they say.
Initially.
Rose, tough baseline jumper for D. Rose.
Timberwolves tonight have had 6 guys in double figures. One of them is Rose off the bench with 15. Knifes in deep, circles, hangs, hunts, banks, and scores.
The thing he's done a good job is he's playing better in screen and roll situations. Derrick Rose right back at the Grizzlies. Guard was Sheldon Mack in that scenario, so gives a different look with Jamaica on the floor.
Rose off the curl with a foul line jumper.
4 of 11 from threes. Likes a defensive effort, just doesn't understand what the Grizzlies are doing on the offensive side.
Rose reverses it in. And Derrick Rose is the game-high scorer with 10 off the bench. 53%. Now gets to guard Derrick Rose. And his 3 dances and drops in. He's short. Rose sets his feet and buries the triple.
I'm going to tell you this much. I watched that entire 50-point game. Wide open at the top.
Rose rises and is feeling it this afternoon. Now 6 of 9 for 18 points.
5 points off the Nuggets bench. First 2 for Monte Morris.
Good D.
Tough shot.
Good D. That's good D, and that's a nice score by a guy who knows how to score a little bit.
Good hedge there. Plumlee gets back. Now Rose shaking and baking. Floats it up and in.
And that's pretty good defense. That's a guy playing it at the confidence level he played.
5 points off the Nuggets bench. First 2 for Monte Morris.
Good D.
Tough shot.
Good D. That's good D, and that's a nice score by a guy who knows how to score a little bit.
You know, be that player that the opposing player just does not like playing against.
Rose 3, and Derrick Rose has been a flamethrower from downtown.
Sometimes when teams shoot a lot of threes like that, it can be, you know, it's not that predictable in terms of where the ball's going to go. It just found them that night.
Teague, scoop pass, Derrick Rose able to finish.
The roster is He's been tremendous for this second unit and helped really anchoring what they're doing on both ends.
Rose hangs and hits.
Against an Eastern Conference team. It was 8 months ago to this very day.
Months ago.
March 23rd, and it was ironically also in New York as Derrick Rose able to get to go, although it was against the other New York team at the Garden against the Knicks.
Looking to fire, but if you get up there and contest and drive that field goal percentage down, kudos to your defense.
Rose, floater, and man, that was a rainbow.
And that really was the story of the third quarter here, is the way Teague and Towns came out and were able to dominate. Oh, my goodness. What a finish by Derrick Rose.
Covington's got 4 steals on the afternoon.
He has that same nose for the ball that Butler did. Rose is just unbelievable with the floater.
Spencer Dinwiddie has stood out here for Brooklyn. Jump shot goes for Rose, off the window.
New Orleans back in 2016. Oklahoma City was 2017 as Rose knocks down another. He's the first Timberwolves player to have more than one.
Rose sees an opening and is able to exploit it. Got it just over the arm of Allen.
Rose, guarded by Crabbe. Towns the screen. Rose works around it. Push shot is good. Derrick Rose has got a knack.
Arcidiacono and Blakeney. Here comes Teague. He blows right in. We had a layup to Rose, and he's got a 3. Just to get back to within 2.
This is when Zach's out of the game. This is where Jabari has to be more aggressive.
Rose a drive, and he'll get to the free throw line as well.
But all you want out of him is an effort. Give me effort. I can live with the rest of things.
Rose a drive and a finish. He blew right by Blakeney and then right by Robin.
If he touched that ball, it's going up.
Here's Rose at the other end. Fires one and scores. Been a non-factor in this game. Out to Towns. Back out to Rose. Long range. That's good. That's a 3. Cut off at the baseline. Threw it away. Jones races through the traffic to Rose, running in, and the layup's good.
Bringing in Dwayne Wade, and that whole dynamic was not good for Fred too.
Let's not forget the Portis and Mirotic thing.
Bringing in Rajon Rondo.
Perfectly delivered pass. Marco gets his chance. Knock down a 3-ball. Averaging 9+ a game. Rose counters with a triple of his own. 25-17 as Derrick Rose.
Trying the over-the-shoulder pass. Towns nearly fumbled it away. Rose, another 3-point try, another 3-point make.
Make sure he finished. A couple ball fakes there, frees himself up. Nice finish there from Jakob Poeltl. Poeltl at 5 of 5 against Chicago with a double-figure game. Blown him over. That was the case. Exactly. Get your money's worth at least, huh? Rose takes it hurt. 42-27. Minnesota has just dominated in all phases from the second quarter on, and here again, they get the triple. 2 tips, 8 points, 5 rebounds for Jakob. Rose says, why not? And I don't blame him. 4 or 5 from deep. He's got perfect rotation on his jumper.
Rose, nice little fake, into the lane, back the other way, gets 2.
That's his new go-to move now. Tatum on the run with the floater.
Rose comes back the other way, to the lane to the basket, takes it, gets 2.
Rose has it knocked away, gets it back, gets it away, and drills it.
Once again, incremental growth to getting back to the Gordon Hayward we know in Utah. Derrick Rose has sliced through the Celtic defense.
He said he just has to go out there and do it. He said at the same time, you want the defense to not be able to guess exactly what it is you're going to do. So it's still a process for Gordon trying to figure out when to call his own number.
9-point Boston lead. Rose steps back, drills the 3. Rose. Man, that was the old Rose.
That was the old Rose, right?
Morris in the game. Challenge. Rose again going to the basket. Found a way. Up ahead to Jones. 6-point game. Rose looking for three. Found it. It's a three-point game, 89-86. Rose has got plenty of time. Goes behind his back, gets in the paint, throws up a layup for two.
The sweet play by Derrick Rose.
Yeah. Rose, line drive, banks it home.
His fires on his three-point attempt.
He's had some thunderous dunks this year as Derrick Rose sticks it in reverse here.
Percent. Rose.
In front of him, who already has 3 blocks. He's powered that one over the top.
Derrick Rose, former MVP.
You needed a stretch 4 to be able to play with Towns, to be able to really utilize what he does on both ends, and Derrick Rose knocks down the shot.
Jones, Derrick Rose, Dario Saric, Corgi Jang, and Robert Covington, the 5 on the floor for the T-Wolves. And it's the former MVP Rose who scores the first points of the quarter.
Jang the rebound, and here comes Derrick Rose in the starting lineup tonight for Minnesota with Covington on the bench, and Rose gets in deep amidst 2 defenders and laid it in. 40 to go, first quarter play. Rose, the running right-hander, up and in. It is Rose, obviously, that was the author of a 50-point game against Utah. The rebound, and here come the Blazers. Turner's pass deflected. Rose comes up with it. 5 turnovers on the Blazers here early. Rose off the screen, eases into a banker. And the 3 not falling right now for the Blazers. They are 4 of 17.
You got to get back. This is an athletic fast break right here. You got a Kogi who can take off.
Make that extra pass and snap it.
Rose had a hard time seeing it drop through the rim in that first half.
Playing Utah twice, Memphis twice, and Golden State twice home and away. So trying to thread it through to Nurkic, intercepted, Teague the other way, scoop to Rose to lay it up and in. And these turnovers so disruptive to their flow.
Without fouling, and then on the other end, him and Kogi kind of got in it, and they're talking to one another.
Rose coming off the screen of Jang, knocks down a mid-range look. Rose being watched by Myers Leonard, and Rose just a sliver of daylight knocks down the jump shot. That is dumb. That is dumb crazy. Here's Rose the other way. Nailed it. So Derrick Rose having a splendid game.
Rose. Wow, that's a tough finish over McKinney. It was Minnesota with the 7 turnovers. The Warriors take a little bit better care of the ball.
Well, the Warriors have a lead, and they didn't shoot the ball well. They 10 of 25, 40%.
Father Time, my friend, is undefeated. Derrick Rose with the windmill bucket. Well, that well went dry. Rose out of the corner.
I'll worry about Monday after Wednesday's game with Toronto. That's why I think this is a big game for the Warriors. They've got to win this game.
공격 리바운드 사리치. 이번엔 길게. 재정비에 나서고 있는 미네소타. 돌파 시도. 데릭 로즈. 멋진 돌파. 마무리까지.
Little hip tightness, taking the night off at the request of the medical staff. D. Rose right down the lane. Rose has become a 3-point shooter.
As you said, we think, by the end of the year, he'll be in the mid-70s.
I would think so, and I think that's what he thinks as well.
And there's Rose scoring quickly off the bench. Now Rose hesitates. 17-footer. Derrick Rose, 2 of 2.
You can see why MVP season, Grant, he was so tough to guard.
There's 2 more for Derrick Rose. He's got 6. Maybe too much passing on that sequence.
That happens sometimes, Grant.
Nice reverse by Derrick Rose. 4-point game.
And he just looked wonderful.
Yeah, he does.
Give him credit.
81-79. Three-pointer Rose.
So much confidence. You can see it's just oozing from him.
109-97. Inside pop Rose. And you got to ask yourself, where would Minnesota be without Derrick Rose?
Swing it across the court. Buddy Hield, he know what to do.
Rose sneaks in, scores 117 to 103.
All coming off of a solid game.
Suns 2 of 6 deep. In the lane goes Derrick Rose. He has that burst back. Starting to gain his confidence. Starting at the point for Phoenix. Derrick Rose.
I mean, really?
就应该算是唐斯在整个联盟当中最好的三分。对，两个人都是来自于同一所学校。先看罗斯这球，哦呦，好球啊！唐斯霍姆斯是真顶不动。
是啊，你看霍姆斯防的真好。
对，罗斯的三分球，但是罗斯今天状态好呀。
罗斯真
scaring a few people.
Suns 8-0 run, biggest lead up by 6. Soft touch by Derrick Rose, who has 14 off the bench on 6 of 7 shooting.
As a young player in Chicago, he got a chance to watch Derrick Rose in high school.
Former #1 overall pick, league MVP with the bank shot. The Suns against the Knicks in New York for another chance to win. Start of the fourth quarter. Minnesota scored the last 5 points of the third, make it a 7-0 run. Late in the third and into the fourth quarter, Crawford lost it to Covington. All alone up ahead is Derrick Rose.
Derrick Rose hiding behind the backboard down there. I mean, what kind of peekaboo play is that?
Saric into the corner. Rose is open. Loads up for 3. And Igor Kokoshkov will call a timeout.
I'm sure that had a lot to do with him understanding that he's trying to stay on the court and not have to tweak that injury. Great game from Devin Booker.
Rose shoots over the top of Ayton.
13 on the season. It's the most games they've been over 500 this late in the season since the last time they made the playoffs in 05-06.
Derrick tracks down the loose ball.
Oh, what a pass! Towns hits a cutting Derrick Rose.
What should be his role on this team? Should it be at the point or should it be at the shooting guard position?
Rose, coast to coast.
Could have been a foul there too. He's got great shooting form. The way that he shoots the basketball, he's got textbook shooting form now. He's Derrick Rose. Talk about textbook shooting form. The standpoint is, Minnesota's enjoyed help, and that's been a great thing.
Derrick Rose, wow! What a sequence for the former MVP! Wolves instead come out of there with it. Rose gets it to rattle in.
Derrick Rose against Reggie Jackson. Towns with a screen. Rose straight on gun. This one goes.
You know, again, that comes off of a screen.
Wolves at 1 point trailed by 12 and at 1 point led by 12. Rose baseline. Rose uses the bank.
Now, Blake Griffin did not want to help.
Rose, what another shot by Rose. He just continues to make those shots look easy.
He's got 23 in the game on 9 of 17, 5 of 10 from outside the arc.
His season high is 24, Jim, and that came in the last game. Rose firing the 3, buries the 3. Jimmy, he heated up right about the time that we said the shine had come off. Rose.
Doesn't mean it's not true.
Andrew Wiggins to Derrick Rose now. Rose gets a screen, rises and guns, off the glass it goes.
Wow, and that was well defended.
That's why Minnesota's been better since the trade.
Rose, oh, what a hesitation and a go move by Rose.
Even Marnie Gellner got a question and Pop answered it.
Rose, beautiful play set by the Wolves out of bounds as Rose cuts and gets the bucket.
He's a 7-footer too, because he doesn't play a whole lot like a lot of 7-footers. Rose taking a lot of contact and somehow got that shot to drop.
Position at times, and if you watch him, he picks up a lot of ticky-tack fouls, and Towns will too. Derrick Rose, what a take with the left hand exploding to the rim.
In the ball.
Rose swerves inside and scores again.
I'll tell you what, I don't know if they've been watching Derrick Rose play this year.
That's short. Ahead to Derrick, and Rose is on the run. And the fadeaway off the glass. And a timeout, Jim Boylan. Jones as Jim Boylan makes some changes. Dunn back in there. Holiday back in. Rose, Banker is good to stop the bleeding.
Markkanen's going to be wide open, Marnie, and that's when he really hurts you. They run a lot of dribble handoff actions just like that as Derrick Rose knocks down another one.
And start demanding the basketball instead of being a ball mover at the top.
There's Rose, and he runs in. And again, Chris Dunn trying to swipe at that ball from behind. Rose posted at the top, fires the jumper and scores.
He just gets so much elevation.
Rose to Taj. Back to Derrick. Lines it up, knocks it down.
I'll tell you got to guard him now. 45% from the three-point line.
On him, Jones, played by Archie Diacono. Rose, the fake, and the fadeaway jumper.
I love that commercial. Good Frank, that's my dude. We talk about
Derrick Rose spinning in.
Alex Poitras into the mix. Two-way player.
Towns, what a dish to Derrick Rose, who's able to get it to go. And I said he's not having a great year shooting it from downtown, but you leave him that open, he's going to hurt you. Came into the game 33%. Rose, the attack and the finish. December, it's the highest scoring month for him in his NBA career. He's already got 15 here tonight. Rose comes up with the basketball. He'll say thank you very much for that easy bucket.
Can't let that happen if you're Towns.
Collins is 5 for 5, and Derrick Rose just took contact on a three. See the run there from Minnesota. Towns over the shoulder, Rose inside, making it 9-0 run. Herter taken away by Towns. Rose has Trae Young to beat. Gets the step on him and the finish. Rob Covington with the strip.
Yeah. Good seal by Towns. Just gave Derrick Rose a runway.
Derrick Rose, Timberwolves in front.
So that's what I'm saying with Derrick. I mean, like, he took that other three and he missed it.
You're right, Nick. That shooting eye is escaping it. Rose all the way.
Oh, my goodness. Derrick Rose with the explosion to the basket. He has played outstanding in the second half.
He's an amazing defender. Rose pops the three.
In New Orleans, whenever the ball went off E'Twaun Moore's foot and it wasn't called a kickball late. Yeah, the last 2-minute report said, well, it's not a kickball violation because it wasn't intentionally kicked.
4 or 5 for Luka Doncic in the painted area. Derrick Rose letting them have it.
Minnesota has awakened here in the third quarter, and they're up to 39% on threes. They've gone 5 for 7 on threes in this quarter, and then Rose with a reverse.
A unique talent that Dorian has.
Rose. 79-76, 8-0 Minnesota run. Bounds. Mavs have scored the last 6 points. Rose an elbow jumper, and that run comes to an end. 2.9.
He's all the time.
Rose, long two.
His focus is incredible.
Gibson the offensive rebound, no. Wiggins tracks down the long board.
DJ makes you hurry up your motion as Derrick Rose has just been great in this game.
Timberwolves on an 8-2 run. They've scored on 5 straight possessions. Rose chased off the three-point line, takes a tough two, makes a tough two.
Derrick Rose.
Superman flew right down the middle and no one decided to bother him.
By the way, Derrick Rose has experienced a rebirth.
Be aware of your surroundings.
Watch Landry Shamet.
Yeah. Know who's around you.
7th block of the year, by the way. Derrick Rose connecting once again. And the free throw shooter is injured. The opposing coach will select.
Could be anybody.
Yep. From the other team's bench.
Yep. Of Sudan was always in a humanitarian frame of mind. At first it was about taking care of his family, but now as Rose hits another jumper, it's about
building hospitals, building clinics in his native Sudan.
Down, Spurs down one once again. Rose doing exactly what he thought with that 2 for 1, and he's able to score.
He's like a wrecking ball the way he drives to the hoop.
The pace is picked up at the end of this third. Rose, sure.
Right, just so easy for Derrick Rose, right? Right into the mid-range game.
Lo más que ha habido como diferencia fue los 10 puntos que lo consiguió en un momento dado Minnesota, pero inmediatamente, poco a poco, fue San Antonio acercándose. Ahora Derrick Rose con un canastazo.
88 all with 33 seconds to go in the third. Rose hops into a jumper and finds the rhythm.
That's consistency, at least in that possession.
Yep.
Rose gets into the paint, turns around and connects. 1-point game.
Here is Rose. Again in his hands. He storms to the rim for a quick 2.
Taj ends up getting big minutes at that point, too. Derrick Rose tries to turn the corner on Kelly Oubre and does.
Great job by all involved. And how about Hockey Day? Minnesota is going to come back to the Twin Cities next year. They announced yesterday. Derrick Rose.
One of the things you track is your ATO success rate, both offensively and defensively.
Karl Anthony Towns with the block. Rose runs it up and in.
Rose attacks Crawford, and Derrick Rose able to finish against Jamal Crawford. And then the Wolves with the turnover and the instant points.
Huge impact on future games, Annie.
And certainly it's a mindset. They know that Holmes and Ayton are out, so they do have to basically go in and rebound. And Rose coming up with another big play for the T-Wolves.
19 on the game, 19 after that make, which is right on his season average. Rose, another take and make. Making one final statement for that All-Star voting.
Got that right.
Drills another one.
He is.
Let's get Derrick Rose voted in. And get some votes on the table for Karl Anthony Towns, too, while you're at him. And Rose drills another. Rose, tough shot inside, ends an 8-0 Phoenix run.
You just wonder when a guy grows up, right, as a basketball player, and maybe Bender being humble, worried that maybe when that ball hit the floor, a white jersey should have picked that up.
Oubre tied up by Rose. And Bayless with a lead pass up ahead. We could make that your ringtone. Rose well defended by AC, but
50-point game on his resume this season.
Well, he's had himself quite a year, considering that a lot of people thought that after the injuries that he had, that he'd never be that same explosive player.
Okogie viene con el disparo. Ese positivo. Rose.
To lose, and Golden State was to lose, they would still be tied, and that would send the Denver coaching staff to the All-Star game.
Derrick Rose knocks down a tough shot over the top of Jokic.
Rose uses the screen from Towns and says, I'll take the 2. Busted alley-oop play as Plumlee couldn't finish it. Rose attacking, splitting the defenders and finishing. Wondering what is the status of Ralph Covington, and still no official update as Rose, and one opportunity for Derrick Rose. About a 5-second difference here between the clocks. Rose gets the screen from Gorgie Jag, scoop shot off the glass and good. Seems like the Timberwolves, Jim, always play at home their final game before the All-Star break. Derrick Rose with the take and the make of the game. Rose. Side of it, by the way, we talked about the Clippers, how they get to the free throw line at lot, Jim. The other side of it, too, is you get guys in foul trouble. As Rose underneath, and it's a tie game. Rose across midcourt, looks up at the clock. Derrick Rose, and how about Rose? He looked up at the clock, realized he had enough time to be able to get it to the rack. Rose Oh, what a drive by Derrick Rose. And they're going to give the end one on top of it.
Towns has those 5 personal fouls, or he'd be in the game right now.
Rose, pull up. Another bucket here, and the Timberwolves can start breathing a little bit easier. Rose crosses over, and he's able to get it at the expense of Montrezl Harrell. And scoring, they're 30th in field goal percentage and 30th in three-point percentage. Derrick Rose, meantime, hits the mid-range. Harden, bounce pass inside. Green can't complete. Derrick Rose against 3 Rockets defenders, doesn't care.
By Ryan Saunders to make that adjustment this last time out to bring Luol Deng really is the power forward.
Derrick Rose showing off the handle and the ability to finish.
Rose, a little hezzy. And one.
T-Wolves mentioned they're turning the ball over. That's an aberration for them. Rose had missed his last 2 shots.
22 seconds remaining in the quarter. Damian Dotson with 18 of the 31 points for the Knicks. Here's Rose over the outstretched arm of Robinson.
Vonleh would not be denied off the glass.
Now here's Rose. Derrick Rose hits and will head to the free throw line. Here's Derrick Rose. It's good, and the foul, so Rose will head to the line.
Understand that they prevent the opponent from shooting free throws.
Yes, they do. And last year, Bucks, one of the worst teams in the league in terms of keeping the opponents off the free throw line.
7 seconds. 5 now to go. Rose. That was easy enough for him.
Ended up taking the lead into the half.
Rose stops, gets it to drop, and 1 for D. Rose.
And then we talked about passes to the three-point corner. That was a lefty.
Derrick Rose.
Oh, my goodness.
The 13-point lead.
Derrick Rose is going to drain a 3 tonight, by the way. You're Taj Gibson here.
Yelling rebound.
Waiting to check in. He's yelling rebound.
Rose, end the slump, and he does, right on cue.
It always comes down to that for every team, by the way.
Rose.
What an attack.
And 1 opportunity for Derrick Rose. Rose, the spin move on Yogi Ferrell. And Rose is up to 15. Rose, 4 seconds to shoot. Derrick Rose drills the mid-range.
Here's Rose with a push shot, and it drops in.
John Collins was. He was born in Utah, then moved to Guam, then to Turkey, then the U.S. Virgin Islands, then Tacoma, Washington, then played high school basketball in Tampa.
Needs help and finds it in Dang. Gibson on the handoff. Rose looking to shoot again from 16 and drills another one.
He loves the mid-range shot.
6 seconds. Here's Rose working on the rookie Spellman. Shoots it again, hits it again. And a 40-point first quarter for Minnesota. And this one is shot over the rim.
He heard the footsteps of Towns coming for that second block.
Charge going up, missed it. Here is Derrick Rose flipping it in.
Oh, I thought something would be called there.
Rose off the pick, drives in on Collins, spins and hits.
Derrick Rose.
Derrick Rose puts Minnesota up 118-116.
But Leaf pushing it out on 2 dribbles can get you into a fast break.
Aaron Holiday, the rookie out of UCLA. That's Derrick Rose having a great year, and he hits the jumper. In fact, this is just his 10th. Rose and Tyus Jones are in the backcourt as Rose gives Minnesota the lead.
They don't run that play, so they didn't run it at that particular possession.
And Rose again, and it's a 3-point Minnesota lead.
Solid defense there on Rose. He'll look to get to the middle.
And Rose tossed it in. Pacers by 4. They start with Joseph, O'Quinn, Holiday, McDermott, and Leaf, as Rose has been tough to handle for Indiana.
Rose spins off the glass, and the Timberwolves have their first lead of the game. Pretty play by Derrick Rose. Wizards by 4, 7:25 to play. Here goes Rose. Nice move.
He's so strong, isn't he? I mean, the ability.
Lead coming up on 9 minutes to play in regulation. Rose again. What a move, and he's fouled. 6th assist of the game for Beal to go along with 6 rebounds and 20 points. Rose again lays it up and in. Oh my. Appreciate the information from our friends at the Elias Sports Bureau. That jumper by Rose.
But no Towns as Derrick Rose, an aggressive drive that time, going right at Steven Adams in the lane.
Timberwolves turn it over. Do I even want to know what you're chuckling about right now? Rose off the glass and in. Don't hurry it up for the 2-for-1.
Get a quality shot here.
Rose. Say that's a quality shot?
Yes, sir. 4 of 6 for D. Rose.
To Derrick Rose, who's just stepped onto the court, and a quick score for the former MVP. Derrick Rose, crossover drive, floater, fills it up. Derrick Rose to the basket, it dances, it drops. Taj Gibson. The driving Derrick Rose for a score. Just a 1-point Piston lead.
Works both ways. Great screen by Towns.
Derrick Rose. And it's back to a 7-point game, an 8-0 run for Minnesota.
32-degree mark, and then as soon as it dipped underneath about 5:30 this afternoon, the snow started coming. Heck of a move by Rose to lay it in. He hurt the Wizards last week. Getting some big-time minutes here in the first half.
Cam Reynolds signing a new 10-day contract with the Timberwolves today. Derrick Rose, back-to-back buckets. Rose has been the offense for Minnesota here in this quarter.
They need him to be. Looking for a screen from Towns. They switch. Now Bryant on Derrick Rose. Tough shot.
Okay, so Andrew Wiggins has scored the most point from that 2014 class.
Derrick Rose, circus shot.
Other than the fact they got a great broadcast crew.
Brooklyn coming into play tonight with the 7th seed in the East. Rose, and we are tied for the second time tonight.
D. Rose, man. Where would Minnesota be without him? A good idea, too.
6 to shoot. Rose calls his own number and drills it. It's a 2-possession game. Rose. 4 to shoot. And Rose is money.